If you're thinking about moving to Jacksonville in 2026, let me tell you something right up front. This city has range, real range, the kind that can surprise you in the best way if you land in the right pocket. Jacksonville isn't just about sunshine and beaches like the internet makes it look. It's a whole buffet of lifestyles packed into one giant city, and that's exactly what makes it exciting. You've got the Jax Beach sunrise crew jogging past surfers, Riverside folks grabbing bold bean coffee and talking about murals like it's a sport, and St. John's families doing full-on social hour at Publix. In those classic Jacksonville neighborhoods where people wave from their porch like you've lived there your whole life, every corner of the city feels a little different, and that's the fun part. Jacksonville gives you options, and that's the real trick. Finding your version of this place, the one that actually matches the life you want. So here's the question. Which Jacksonville are you really moving to? Because the difference is huge in the best way possible. Before we jump in, picture this. I'm driving a client from Riverside toward the south side, and the second we roll over the Fuller-Warren Bridge, the whole vibe flips like someone changed the channel without warning. First, it's brick homes, heavy oak shade, and those underpass murals that look like they were painted halfway through the night. 10 minutes later, we're shoulder to shoulder with Gate Parkway lunch traffic. Everyone weaving around like the clock is running out on them. That drive punched me, and a reminder I didn't know I needed. Jacksonville behaves like a cluster of different towns, but under one name. You feel that the moment you cross from one district to another. Miss that difference, and you can land in a part of town that feels nothing like the version of Florida that you imagined. Which is why the next thing I'm about to show you matters. This city behaves on its own terms. And you will see the real picture once you understand how it actually moves. People look at a map of Jacksonville and assume it behaves like one big city. It does not. Jacksonville covers more than 840 square miles, bigger than New York City, and the neighborhoods swing in personality like you're crossing state lines. City planners even split it into official districts because the lifestyle shift that hard. You can live here 20 years and this place still surprises you when you think you've got it all figured out. Take the beaches. Everything smells like salt air and ocean wind. Then you slide into Riverside and Avondale, where the temperature drops under oak canopies and the houses show their age in the best way. Hit the next light, and you're in Southside or Bay Meadows. Sleek buildings, clean pavement, corporate campuses, and a whole new pace. Traffic data shows that commute times here can vary dramatically, up to 30% depending on when you leave. One wrong turn of the clock, and your route feels like a different city. This is why neighborhoods that look close on the map can actually feel an hour apart in real life. Push west and the whole rhythm drops. You get larger yards, golf carts drifting around, and then there's the urban core. Population's rising again, new murals popping up, and just enough buzz to feel like something's waking up. Let me tell you about the couple who figured this out the hard way. They love the vibe of Riverside, thought it would be a quick hop to work near town center. They trusted the map instead of the clock. One drive-through JTB merged during rush hour, and their fantasy 20-minute commute turned into 40 minutes of reality. They ended up in Southside Jax, where their lifestyle matched their actual routine, not the online version they imagined. Jacksonville is not a housing search, it's a rhythm search. Most people roll into Jacksonville expecting the highlight reel. Beach mornings, easy traffic, sun every day. Your best life, but on autopilot. And look, that version exists, but only if you know where to find it. A beach condo, a riverside bungalow, a cul-de-sac and wildlife, and a master plan community in St. Johns County are 4 completely different lives that all happen to share the same metro area. The surprise for movers is how fast the real version shows up. Environmental psychology studies show that more than half of your neighborhood satisfaction comes from your daily sensory routine. The sounds, the pace, the amount of friction between you and your peace. It's why walkability in Riverside feels different from routine in St. Johns County. It's not about right or wrong, it's about your fit. Comment your Florida personality. Are you chasing waves, maybe walkability, or are you more interested in square footage? Your answer tells me exactly which part of Jacksonville you'll probably love. And hey, if you don't want to do this alone, but would like to partner with a friend, that is exactly what my team and I are here for. We can help you make sense of the different parts of Jacksonville so you can determine which area is best for you. You can call, text, email, or if you like, click on the link at the end of the video or below, answer a few questions, and then book an appointment with our team. One of our seasoned agents will help ensure your move is a smooth one. The truth is, mismatches, not mistakes, are what frustrate people most. The couple who dreams of a beach daily walks but lives 40 minutes inland, the nightlife lover who lands in a zip code that shuts down at 8 p.m., the family looking for suburban peace that didn't realize school traffic is a daily parade. Once your expectations line up with the right region of the city, Jacksonville will start to make sense. Jacksonville's neighborhoods aren't variations, they're transformations. 10 minutes can shift you from surf culture to live music to something that feels like rural Georgia. The beaches are the easiest to spot. Jax Beach, Neptune, Atlantic. You've got salt air, early morning workouts, people living outside. These zones also have the highest turnover of residents. That tells you something about how dynamic and accessible they feel. Then you go inland. Southside and Town Center pulse with movement, restaurants, delivery trucks, and commercial density. Convenience is the priority here, but then head west, and things feel smaller, more intentional. Murray Hill and Riverside are older, walkable, and full of character. Research on historic neighborhoods shows they create tighter community bonds, and you feel that on Edgewood or Stockton any night of the week. On the north side or deeper west side, things stretch out. You get more land, more trees, more driving. Quieter nights. Some areas still rely on older drainage systems, which flood studies have tied to higher nuisance rates after heavy rain. It's peaceful, but it comes with trade-offs. In St. Johns County, it's structure, planned communities, school zones run like clockwork, and amenities everywhere. That's a lifestyle designed for predictability. These differences go way beyond aesthetics. Commute habits, walkability, noise rhythms, even what your street smells like after 6 p.m. None of this shows up on Zillow. You learn it on the ground. Nobody tells you this part because it doesn't sell homes on Instagram, but it's the part that makes your life easier or harder every single day. Let's talk about rain. First Street Foundation found that some Jacksonville neighborhoods have nearly double the flood exposure than FEMA maps admit. One block was built in the 60s with no proper drainage. The next was built in the 2000s with retention ponds. Two totally different flood realities, 60 seconds apart. Then there's noise. The beach hums early, Riverside thumps late, suburbs get the lawn crews right when your coffee kicks in. Studies show the consistent noise above 55 decibels chips away at sleep and stress over time. That matters when you're living it, not just reading it. Lighting and heat play their part too. Murray Hill and Springfield have dimmer streetlights. St. John's has wide open streets that cook in the summer sun. The 3-minute dog walk you imagined, it might become a workout nobody warned you about. These things aren't deal breakers, they're deal definers. They shape your daily rhythm, and the rhythm determines whether Jacksonville fits your life or just frustrates it. Jacksonville's in transformation, fast enough that the city you visited last year may not be the same one you moved to today. Southside and Bay Meadows keep adding mixed-use buildings, retail clusters, and new construction zones that turn quiet streets into active ones. St. John's keeps expanding. More homes, more schools, more grocery stores, but also more detours, delays, and pressure on old infrastructure. Downtown is waking up again. After decades of decline, the 2020 census showed the urban core gaining residents. You can feel it. More lights in the new mid-rises, more people walking near the river, more restaurants staying open past dinner. Culture is evolving too. New residents from the Northeast, Midwest, and West Coast are adding their tone to the city's soundtrack, and it shows in the markets, the restaurants, and the way different neighborhoods carry themselves. A lot of that change shifts traffic, noise cycles, community flow, even how you experience a weekend. The pace is picking up, and you'll feel it. New construction gets people excited, and for good reason. It's clean, it's new, and it smells like a fresh start. But the reality underneath that stucco, it's layered. Jacksonville builds fast. Permit volume is up. Crews bounce between neighborhoods. Some projects sprint, others stall. Construction labor demand has outpaced supply by 20 to 30% in peak months. And then there's a sensory impact. One day your back porch is peaceful, but the next day you get asphalt, framing hammers, in another phase waking up right next to you. In some new areas, even the land holds water longer than expected. Real-world behavior that doesn't match the brochure. Quick move-in homes, They're a gamble. Sometimes it's gold, sometimes not worth the upgrade. And sometimes the resale down the block has more shade, better finishes, and a mature vibe that you can't buy in a builder package. But the upside? You're writing the first chapter of a neighborhood that's still forming. Just know what that early chapter actually feels like before signing on. Most buyers come in with square footage numbers in their head, say 1,800 heated square feet, and think they've got it nailed. Then Jacksonville grabs the routine, flips it inside out, and suddenly the number feels tight. This city expands your identity. You pick up paddle boards, bulk buys, outdoor gear, you host more, you commute differently. The UF Schimberg Center found that relocation buyers have increased their square footage needs, sometimes by 20 to 30% after living in their new home. It's not about buying big, it's about buying smart. A historic 2,000 square foot home in Riverside is going to feel very different from a wide open 2,000 square foot floor plan in St. Johns County. Flow matters more than square footage. Buy for the version of yourself that shows up once you start living the Jacksonville lifestyle, not the version you were in your last zip code. Most people don't regret moving to Jacksonville. They regret picking their spot in the dark. Now you're not doing that. You're walking in with clarity. You know the neighborhoods, the lifestyle stretches, the pace, and the patterns. I've watched people find their real identity here. A couple thought they were beach people until one sunrise on the St. Johns River changed their minds. Another pair wanted downtown vibes until one weekend in Murray Hill made them feel seen. The city doesn't just change where you live, it sharpens who you are. And that's what makes Jacksonville worth the move.